Hello, this is Dr. Anthony Festmeyer. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to play 4 different types of A-form 7th chords: major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, and minor 7 flat 5. After we've gotten those forms under our fingers, we're going to go ahead and play them diatonically through the major scale. Now, first of all, what is an A-form chord? If I come over here and I line my fingers up and just play a basic open A chord, and then take those notes and move them up 1 fret, so these fingers are lined up in the 3rd fret, and I go ahead and bar at the 1st fret, I've transposed that chord up 1/2 step, and now it's a B flat chord. My first finger is on a B flat note on the A string. Now if I move that same shape up the neck, maintain the shape, I now have a C chord. My first finger is on a C. Now that chord can be moved all the way up the neck, and I can play any of 12 major chords. Now these chords that we learned today will all be based on that basic shape. Now here's that C chord in the A form. This is a triad. It's got 3 different notes, C, E, and G. However, I am playing 5 strings. So I've got a couple of doubled up notes. My first finger is playing a C. My second finger is playing a G. My ring finger is playing another C. My pinky is on the high E. And then I'm also playing a G up here on the high E string. Now these chords that we're going to focus on today are all 7th chords. They have 4 different notes, and we're going to work on only playing those 4 different notes. So the first one that we're going to do is the C major 7 chord. C major 7 chord, C triad, C, E, G, with an added 7th of a major 7, and that note would be B. C, E, G, B for this chord. First finger is on that C. Second finger is on the G string at the 4th fret. That's a B note. My ring finger is on the G, 5th fret of the D string, and then my pinky is up here on an E note, 5th fret of the B string. Now I'm not worried about playing this high E string. In fact, I'm just muting that string with the back of my finger. However, I can also just strum these middle 4 strings, and I've got the notes of that chord. So here is the A form C major 7 chord. Right, the next chord that we need is the C dominant 7. That chord still has the C major triad, C, E, G, but it has a minor 7 interval added to it. So instead of B like the major 7, we add a B flat note. Now if you recall, the B note on this major 7 chord is here with my second finger. If I pick that finger up and just continue to bar, I basically added this B flat note barred with my first finger. That gives me this. And again, I'm just playing the 4 middle strings, so I just have those 4 notes. Dominant 7. Next, we have the minor 7 chord. The minor 7 chord is a minor triad with the addition of a minor 7 interval. So we have the notes C, E flat, and G for a C minor chord, and then we add that B flat to get the minor 7th interval. So here I'm going to keep most of these notes. I'm just going to take the E with my pinky at the 5th fret of the B string, and that needs to come back by 1/2 step to make it E flat. All the other notes will stay the same. So I've got my first finger again on C, like I do for all of these chords. Ring finger is on the G note. I bar across the G string to get the B flat note, and then my second finger is going to catch that E flat note, 4th fret of the B string. Only strumming the 4 middle strings, C minor 7 in the A form. Next I have the C minor 7 flat 5. That is basically the same as this chord, but we take the 5th of the chord and we move it back by 1/2 step. The 5th of a C minor chord is G. So I'm going to move that note back by 1/2 step to make it a G flat. And I get this. Now it's not typical to finger it this way, but we can see easily it goes from a minor 7, move this G note back by 1/2 step, 5th fret of the D string, to a G flat, and we've got the chord. The more typical way to finger this chord is first finger on C, second finger on the G string, 3rd fret, that B flat note, third finger on the 4th fret of the D string, which is the G flat note, and then grabbing the E flat note with my pinky, 4th fret of the B string, to play like this. Right, now those are our 4 different types of 7th chords that we'll be using for this exercise. Now the next thing is to work them diatonically through a couple of major keys. We'll start with the C major scale. The C major scale has the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. It's the scale of white keys on the piano. So no sharps, no flats. It's a good one to start with. So I'm going to trace the notes of that scale on the A string. C, D, E, F, G, A. I'll jump down here to B and then come back to C to finish it off. Now within that scale, within any major scale, the first chord is a major 7 chord. So this is our 1 chord, C major 7 in the A form. Moving my first finger up to the second note of the scale, D, the 2 chord is always a minor 7 chord. So this is my 2 chord, D minor 7. The 3 chord is always a minor 7 as well. So moving up to the 3rd note of the C major scale, E, I have an E minor 7 chord. The 4 chord is always a major 7 chord. 4th note of the C major scale, C, D, E, F. I'll play the F major 7 chord. The 5th note of the C major scale is G, and the 5 chord is always a dominant 7 chord. So I play the dominant 7 chord here with G as the root. The next chord would be an A minor 7. That is the 6th chord. 6th note of the C major scale is A minor 7. And then finally I've got the B minor 7 flat 5. That's always the 7th chord of a key, and B is the 7th note of C major. And I come down here, first finger on B, and play that minor 7 flat 5 voicing. And then I could just come up a 1/2 step, finish off the exercise with the C major 7, the 1 chord again. Now let me quickly play through those chords one more time. The 1 chord, C major 7. The 2 chord, D minor 7. The 3 chord, E minor 7. 4 chord, F major 7. 5 chord, G dominant 7. 6 chord, A minor 7. 7 chord, B minor 7 flat 5. And then I return to the 1 chord, C major 7. Now let's go ahead and take that through another major key. Let's go ahead and do the key of E flat major. Now the first thing I need to know is the notes of the E flat major scale. Those notes are E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, and D. Now I bring my first finger here to an E flat and I play that first chord, which is always a major 7 chord. That's my 1 chord. Second note again of the E flat major scale is F. So I come to F with my first finger and I play F minor 7 because the 2 chord is always minor 7. 3 chord is also minor 7. Third note of the E flat scale is G, G minor 7. 4th note of the E flat scale is A flat. So next up is an A flat major 7. The 5 chord is a B flat dominant 7. I can play it here, but I'm going to go ahead and play it down here. First finger is on B flat here. The 6th chord of the A major scale is a minor 7 chord. 6th note of the E flat major scale is C. So I play C minor 7, C here with my first finger. And then finally the Roman numeral 7 chord is a D, because D is the 7th note of the E flat major scale, and that's always a minor 7 flat 5. Then if I want, I can return to the 1 chord, the E flat major 7, to finish off the exercise. All right, so those are the 4 types of 7th chords in the A form that are present within the major scale and how to play them diatonically. Thank you for checking out this lesson. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Thank you.